T for teen.
Okay, I just need to do a test of the mic, make sure it's working. You'll hear some repeated, and then we can start the broadcast properly. Okay, I just need to do a test of Sorry about the delay starting all this stuff. I just want to find the best way I can get this in a pleasing setup. And I'll maybe explain why I'm doing what I'm doing today. Alright. So, I started off with a Dota 2 cast with Nick the Peasant. You can actually see him at www.twitch.tv/Nick the Peasant. I'm also following him, so if you search my list of people I'm following, you can go alongside with him. Had a lot of fun with it. It's the first time I've been casting, so, you know, there's only so much I can do as far as quality is concerned. But it was fun, and I plan to do a little bit more of it. If you tuned in a little bit earlier, you may have seen me trying to broadcast it, but I noticed my ping got absolutely shredded. And I've actually been having some connectivity issues today, so one of the things that I'm going to be doing on this cast is just seeing how my internet holds up and basically see what's going on with that. So the other thing I wanted to do is start streaming a little bit more regularly. I've got my exams finished, so this is a little bit more casual. I know the last few weeks have been short and very casual styles of casts. I do intend to be a little bit more consistent in terms of casting, as well as going for longer periods of time. But I thought maybe to kick things off, we'll do a new game, we'll do something that's kind of pure fun for me, and then maybe not a lot of commentary for this game, but we'll see what we can do. And then once I've gotten to a little bit more of a groove as far as, you know, just playing things a little bit more regularly and moving into a regular casting schedule, we can find out what works best for people and what maybe I want to leave for my own playtime. Now, my real question for anybody who plays this game is, why wouldn't you pick anything but the intense-looking chef? Pancakes and lasagna. Breakfast of champions. I have no idea what I'm doing on this. I've actually never done tortillas before. I don't know what's involved in them, so at this point I'm just kind of letting them die. This is a disaster. Oh well. Let's see where I rank. Hotline Miami. A rather ill-fated game on this broadcast. I noticed the time I did play it, other than sucking at the game. It's also the only thing that's been banned as far as music. So, probably won't do that again. And very unflattering placement on the leaderboards. Let's try one more challenge actually, and then we can go into the regular days. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with this game, basically this is normally a restaurant management sim. What you will do is decide what orders to put in, and then you sort of have these little almost mini games where you need to create the dishes, and they have differing degrees of complexity. The corn dog's probably the easiest thing to make out of all of them, and then you basically just need to manage your time wisely so that you can make everything to specification. I'm a terrible cook, so I have no idea how this relates to running a kitchen in real life. I suspect not at all, but it's a shockingly addicting game, which I believe is also available on tablets. This is a fairly new mode that they actually added into the game. Normally I've just played the career mode, which I'll be moving into after I do some of these challenges. I also don't know if the multiplayer is local only, but certainly if there were other people who play this game who are interested in joining in, I'd be happy to give it a try for some more, I don't know, just to see what online co-op is like, if that exists. Or maybe not co-op, I guess it's competition. Oh, I didn't know there were... I should have checked to see the... That's a standard difficulty, so... I should try the next one. Let's try that again. Oh! That's the first challenge I failed. I feel terrible. So in the career mode, one of the things that you do is decide the composition of these, both in terms of satisfying your customers, but also so you're not making, let's say, 6 complicated dishes all on the same day, because what you'll notice is once you get to rush hour, you're not going to be able to handle everything on time. And there's things that you could do to keep your customers happy while they wait. But generally it's undesirable to have a full menu of really complicated stuff unless you're doing some kind of a bet or something like that. That's a shame. I'm gun shy on my beers. One of the things that can happen in the game, you can actually decide what keys that you want in terms of sort of setting up your Swiss cheese. You can choose what keys you want in terms of the items. So if I wanted to make ketchup and mustard something other than K and M, I could set that in the game. Now the one drawback is they're generally good at keeping things consistent, but every once in a while something's going to be a little bit different, which just completely throws you for a loop. It's tough though, right? Because so many things share the same first letter, you can't come up with a very consistent system. So, again, that's not a complaint about the game, especially because you can set it for yourself, but it's definitely something that I've screwed up a lot of otherwise perfect orders just because I've gotten ahead of myself and not thought about what key I'm pressing. Apparently there's no presentation points as well, so you can just stack 3 meat patties on top of each other. You don't need to layer anything. I've beaten extreme difficulty. Crazy. 1 blue star. And no spin. Do you want to do... Yeah, let's do another challenge. We'll do Friday Night Lights, and we'll start with extreme difficulty. Again, the intense chef is the only the only appropriate choice. Maybe, actually, Hotline Miami would have been great for that chicken place. The last challenge. Sweet potato. Well, I guess you fry it all the same, so. As you can see, I don't serve a lot of fries and stuff like that in the restaurant I have in career mode, so a lot of these are something of a surprise. I think I just got fries actually, but anchovies. I think it's also an indication of how very low class I am by the fact I don't know some of these meals. I didn't know that you could order sea salt with some kind of a drink, or some set of fries. Just cheese pizza, are you kidding me? Starting to lose track of the orders. I think I'm going to lose this. Oh, saved. That was getting a little scary there, but perfect day. I'll just enjoy the bells. I think I'm alone in here anyway, so it's always nice to talk to people, so I'm desperately lonely. Please visit. Gang Beasts! They played that a lot on... Oh, I got another one. They play that a lot at the Summit too, which is a lot of fun to watch. Probably not enough for me to buy early access, but it's something I'll definitely look at once they've finished it. I think I'll give the Italian Bistro a skip, and we'll go straight to the New Day. I can't remember. She wants fries, which suggests... Oh, and there's a weather alert. So, I'm guessing this is oriented towards... It has to be. Do I really want to make fries this bad? Well, if it's raining, actually, I should have fish. Let's make fish be the special, actually. Or maybe I had fish. Yeah, I'll go for it. Soup is actually really difficult to make, I've noticed. And I don't have lobster, so I can't take the bet. Again, to give you an example of how low class I am, I've never been to a place that has had sweet potato fries as sugar and salt. I've never had it with sugar, for that matter. But as you can see, these are classy people coming in, so it's not my place to judge. This is the greatest tragedy of this game is fat fingering. I will, however, not get a dedicated gaming keyboard so I can play Cook Search Delicious. One thing I will say for this game, that it's actually probably the reason why I enjoyed it so much, and what got me into it in the first place, is the sound design that they have for this is really great. It's maybe the first time I've really noticed it inside of the game, but it's really what makes it. Sometimes it's silly, but it's charming that way, so... Okay, so the heart is an indication of the person I'm currently dating, so it's one that I want to make sure that I get right. And she's going to text me later, probably during rush hour, to ask me questions which I need to get the right answer to. Incidentally, a mystery that's unanswered in this game is what my food is doing to people so that the toilet is always backed up. I leave that to your imagination. Hopefully it's an active one. Sushi's also kind of unique because if you... sorry, gotta concentrate on this one. So if you get one thing wrong on it, it counts as a completely botched order, like one that'll make a customer angry as opposed to just, being an average order. So it's one that you need to kind of concentrate a little bit more on. I can't remember what onions are. Oh, just Obviously I was wrong on thinking that it would be raining. But that's fine, I'm doing fairly good business, so... Okay, this is not a great time for her to call, but let's see what I can do. Uh-oh. Buttered pelican. Yeah, so that kind of screwed up my day even more. So I think that was 3 completely botched orders and 1 missed chore, which means my buzz is going to take a hit tomorrow. Oh, okay, only 1 bad one and 1 missed chore. So, I mean, could be worse, but there are definitely better days. You get a reward if you have a perfect day. So currently I'm a 4-star restaurant. You can become a 5-star restaurant if you meet the following criteria. I need 15 more days of service, which I probably am not going to complete tonight. I might move into something different. We'll see where that goes. I need to pass 3 more safety inspections. I've already gotten a perfect 25 perfect combo. I've pretty much been buying foods and drinks as much as I can. I have 20 of them now. Already did the Mysterious Tournament, which is actually really difficult. And then the Iron Cook finale isn't available yet. So I mean, this is basically me doing what I'm normally doing at this point. These are useless. Click and start. Basically there's a Kickstarter equivalent in this game, which can give you equipment that'll help you run your restaurant. I've never had one succeed, so I basically it's almost like saving money into another day. But yeah, I'm not interested in funding them for 100%. I've got another safety inspection, so that'll get me a little bit closer to the 5-star classification. They also make the recommendation here that you put foods on the menu that don't have a lot of cleanup and stuff like that, don't attract rodents, because you have less time. Basically, the inspector's watching, they want to make sure that you're doing your chores right away. And then menu rot's occurring, that's probably the fish, which has been on a couple of days. No, it's the sushi. So I don't need fries anymore, that was just for the cook for love, or whatever it's called. Let's do... Actually, if I can ditch soup, I'd be happy for that as well. So let's I'll make steak as a special, because it's a fairly high margin item. And it's something I can do fairly well. Burgers I can handle. Now notice if I add pizza, my buzz actually goes down. That's because you can't have too many fatty foods on, so the ice cream and the burgers are kind of enough. Although I've sort of put myself into a corner now, so I'll definitely do chicken. That's a pretty good standard one. And I might actually be forced to do soup. Actually, I really don't want to do soup, so I'll do salad instead. Salads are a piece of cake. It's only a 3-star item, so the ice cream and the salad aren't gonna do. Actually, well, okay, so if I ditched ice cream, which I don't have any reason to have on it, what else could I do? I could do lasagna. Lasagna has a lot of cleanup, though. I think I'll go for it, though. I maybe wouldn't do something like pasta, but I think I can handle lasagna. So as far as the stuff I find complicated, burger's probably the most complicated. Lasagna I'd maybe count as second, but this is a relatively simple day as far as preparing dishes are concerned. The buzz could be better, but I think a lot of that is just a function of the mess-ups I made. I forgot to check the bets, but I don't have skewers. And actually, let's see. Let's take a look and see if there's anything else I can do for equipment. I don't think there's anything that I want to buy. Yeah, the mail filter's not quite... Like, I don't mind buying these items, but I want to make sure I have all my food first. So in this case here, I think I'm just going to buy the last few specialty foods. Do I go all out and do lobster? Oh, I don't have enough money for it. Well, maybe it's worth saving for then. Let's just see what these... So, enchiladas, $6, kebab 8, banana foster 8, lobster 10, fried rice 8, 4 for pancakes, 4 for breakfast. So the breakfast stuff isn't that special. Let's just see what it's like to do lobster. The tooltip's kind of handy actually, so it tells me. Okay, actually, yeah, that seems like a very easy money maker for me. So I think I'm just gonna save for lobster. I'm gonna make a lot this day, I think. So I probably didn't need to save, but we'll see how it goes. That's the only reason why lasagna is kind of hard, is they'll sometimes change it up on you. But other than just making sure the difference between meat and veggies, it's not actually that hard. Almost blew it with that steak. Okay, rush hour's done. I'm gonna sort it out. Ah! That was supposed to be the burger. I mean, at least it was average, but basically that's a $250 mistake for me. So we've got about 2 hours until the next rush hour. I don't think the inspector will be back for that, which is kind of good. You definitely don't want to have, a short time to do chores while you're trying to juggle a bunch of orders which are about to expire. So, but we'll see how it goes. Enjoy your ranch and cheese salads. And I was wrong about the safety inspector. Okay, this wine's gonna be a problem. This is just a thumbs up on social media. It's actually a surprisingly rough day, although I'm kind of mad that the only reason why I won't get a perfect day is just because of that one slip up. Just enjoy the sizzle. Yeah, so, I mean, 1,700 from the income that day. I'm pretty sure I couldn't have spent 1,700. Well, I mean, I could have, but I would have had to be trying to spend 1,700 in the previous day. But I can definitely afford my lobster now. Should maybe actually, I'll go a little bit over these stats. So customer served is just kind of, I think that's only for your interest. Definitely I'm interested in the breakdown, one average order. That was the me pushing the wrong button. 18 chores tells you how much of that income is based on tips. That's like the first thing that I got in this game was the tip jar, because obviously income is going to be what allows you to reinvest in the business and make it more profitable. 40 time combo, that's basically since the one order that I messed up, I was able to do 40 orders perfectly, which means it was the 28th order that I did incorrectly. Income we've already covered. No negative buzz because it was an average order, not a negative one. The 33.5 is based off of the good orders that I did. And then in terms of a breakdown, 1 rat, 21 dishes, 8 bags of garbage thrown away, and then the toilet got backed up 6 times, but we will never replace it because that toilet has been with us since the opening. Justice dispensed is when you are robbed. I also made sure being robbed is actually a really time-consuming So inconvenient. It takes so much time. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to properly find the culprit. And if you don't, basically it's negative buzz to your restaurant and you lose money. So it's a pretty high impact event that you want to deal with. But of course, if you're trying to balance, burgers and steaks and all the stuff like that, it's actually really hard to manage. So I made sure I put as much of a, you know, as many restrictions as I can on preventing robberies. So I've only had one so far. So we passed the inspection. Technically, I don't know that because I haven't read the email yet, but I didn't miss any chores, so fairly safe bet. All right. Again, this is just spam email. I'm clicking them for the sake of getting rid of them. Looks like I need to do more fries. Passed the inspection, and then because it was a perfect pass, we get an additional 10 buzz for the day. It's going to be raining, which means I want to customize my menu according to that. And silver ticket for bets. This would be really cool if I could manage this on the menu, but I think what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to clear everything out and we'll construct this from the beginning. So I'm not going to make fries a special, but I want to have that on for Cook for Love. The foods that are good during rain would be sushi, soup, fish. Actually, I'll make fish the special again. Wine. I don't want to make wine the special just because it's really time consuming to open those bottles. Yeah, we'll add sushi again. Coffee's popular, but I think there's stuff that can earn me more money. Okay, so actually here's the question. Steak, hamburger, and soup. Soup is also good during the rain. Steak isn't, though. So here I face the decision I could put a baked potato on, which is kind of, I don't do well with baked potato on the menu, or I could chicken out and I could put coffee on. Coffee will also offset the fact that fish isn't a very popular morning item, but I've never actually found that to be too big of a drawback. So what I'm going to do here, you may want to know where this knowledge comes from. Basically, when you go to your menu, it'll tell you. So I just want to make sure. So yeah, soup's good during the rain. Steak isn't because it doesn't have that rain icon. Wine is. It does have the negative of the fact that there's work liquor, but the funny thing is if I actually take this off the menu, you're going to notice the buzz doesn't actually change. And it earns a lot of money, so. Fries are not popular during the rain, but I have other reasons for putting that on. Baked potato is... Oh, ice cream! So ice cream isn't as... it's not as high of rated, but it's definitely a lot easier to make, so... Most complicated thing on the menu right now is soup and sort of sushi, but I can manage sushi generally. So... Let's buy that lobster. And I actually want to see... So the one problem I have now is that when I buy specialty foods... Oh, it's 2,000 upgrade. You know what, let's just save up for it. There's nothing else I really want to buy. And I'm not going to have it on the menu anyway. So the idea here... The one problem that I run into is that if you look at the stuff that I have on the menu right now... Like, let's take a burger, for example. Burger's going to be $25. So even though I just spent $2,000 on getting lobster on the menu, it's not actually as popular. Sorry, I just got a message on Steam, if you could bear with me 1 second. I'll be back in a quick second, sorry about that. Alright, sorry about that. Let's just start the game up. Actually, I'll get a viewer. This is why I chose ice cream. It's such an easy item to make. Sometimes I'm doing these in a bad order. It's not for any particular reason. It's just I kind of go for the first thing that's available. Because I've screwed up so many orders through just hitting the wrong key, I go for whatever's kind of certain at the time rather than dithering. Okay, again, almost screwed it up, but managed to save it in the end. Okay, well obviously the date gets it first. I think that's what she ordered last time too. Not that that matters, but... Fortunately in this game there's no penalty for doing things in the wrong order, just as long as they get their... Basically, as long as they get their food done on time, they're happy. And rush hour coming up. I really wish she wasn't calling right now. Ah, I messed it up. Jesus. This woman's gonna bankrupt me. I'll admit, I don't actually read the text from the text messages. Alright, so negative buzz is 0.5, but that's not the end of the world. I am a little more concerned about the missing chores because it does actually have a bigger impact of negative buzz. Okay. This is actually the first I've ever had. So Guy Fernando would like to bless you with his presence today at eating your establishment, where he will be eating 3 of your meals spanning for 4 through 7. He requests that you have pizza, soup, pasta, and steak. Please confirm a reservation tonight below or we will eat elsewhere. Yeah. Sure. Okay, so pizza, soup, pasta, steak. Actually, I want to keep wine on it, so pizza, soup, steak, pasta. What do I want as my final? Let's do salad. I'm actually arranging something to test out. I'd like to start doing some interactivity with players in terms of playing multiplayer games. So I'm actually going to be testing out something for that. I'm just kind of arranging that with my... Again, I think I'm just going to hold off on everything until I fully upgraded Lobster, but I would like to see what this new version is. I'll admit, actually, I don't think I've ever had Lobster, at least like on its own. I like seafood. Is this boiled and chilled lobster though? Aren't these something that you put in alive? I don't know. I literally don't know anything about cooking. All right. So let's see how bad I can screw up the... Oh, Iron Cook. Alright, so let's not worry about screwing up the celebrities. Semi-finals, okay, so like, not quite at the finals yet. Oh no, it's soup. Okay, let's see how this goes. Ah, I already screwed it up. I think there's 2 more waves to go. I need to put the 3rd celery in. That's going to be another strike. Okay, so I get 3. Alright, at the end of this, I've got an agreement for a Dota 2 game, so I'm going to use that as my test for multiplayer. Yay, 2000. Alright, so I'm going to call it for Cookstar Delicious right now just because I do have my brother on for Dota 2, and I'm going to use that as a test bed to see if I can get enough bandwidth for basically for a game, and stream it at the same time. So I will leave it here. I'll see if I can come back to this a little bit later. Just going to update the info. Oh, there's another update. I know my restaurant is so compelling to look at. I'll just leave that on there for a while. When I was casting games today, I actually had to put another. I had to put another. I had to put an update. So the game crashed, and I had to update Dota to log back in, and it was during a team fight. So I have a suspicion I'm going to need to co-cast for a while until I have a slightly more stable connection. As much as I really enjoy this game, I will say that Valve very clearly has other priorities than the Mac client. Now, I will not be one of the people who claims that, Mac users need to be a huge priority, but it does I mean, first of all, Valve has really pushed Linux and its style of operating systems as sort of the future of gaming. Apple has Unix in the background, and from what I understand, the Linux client is having the same problems that Mac is. So, I mean, I don't really know what to make of that. It's I mean, obviously they'll do what they can do, but I'm not. I just my experience of the client has been that it's pretty inconsistent. It crashes a lot. So, anyways, complaints out of the way. This is just going to be a little bit of practice. My brother had broken his hand. I'll make sure that he's okay being on stream. I don't think he minds. But basically, these are mostly just teaching games for him. So I'll probably do a little bit more commentary. I may not have a lot of chat interaction for this, but this is partially just to see if I can get multiplayer games working so I can play with you guys if you want to do something. I also have the music pack. I don't know why that is. No, don't. Wrong profile. Yes, I own too many items. For those of you who may not be familiar with the bot system in Dota 2, the difference between hard and unfair is not actually that different. Their actions are the same. They don't have any delay in their responses, so if they want to stun, they'll instantly stun you, basically. And they also get, I think, an extra 25% golden experience. Okay. Medium bots are definitely not a challenge, so this should be pretty simple. This is how I ask, by the way. You're on stream, by the way, and start the game. So if you notice any, um, I don't know, weird behavior, if something doesn't seem to be right, I do actually have my ping in the top right-hand corner, and then I also have the drop frames on OBS. I can see both of them at the same time. But if you notice anything odd, if you can just say it inside of chat, and I'll keep that down. Again, a lot of this is to test. Wow, 500 ping.
All pick.
A lot of this is to see if I can actually sustain a multiplayer game with people. Okay, what's a simple hero that I can't screw up? Yeah, it's only getting worse. I might need to call it if that's how bad it's gonna be. I guess I should pick a hero. So range would be good with Drow's ability.
Only 10 seconds.
I gotta pick.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Yeah.
There is purity in silence.
Okay, so my apologies to you guys. I am between 600 to 700 with the stream going on. I am going to need to figure out how to handle this on its own. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shut down the stream. I'll finish this game with my brother. I think he only wanted to do one. So as long as it's not too late or something like that, I will be back to do another, basically continue Cook, Serve, Delicious and stuff like that. But I'm not going to enjoy playing at what was 800 ping for a while. And I don't think you guys are going to enjoy me not enjoying 600 to 800 ping. So I got to figure out something else about how I'm going to do multiplayer with people. But for now, I'll thank you guys for watching. I'll see you folks in a couple of hours for more Cook, Serve, Delicious.